Welcome back. My name is Lightworker Whit, and I'm so excited to get into your new moon in Taurus reading for April 2025. Now, we've got a lot to cover, so let me tell you what we're going to get into. We're going to get into a new moon spread, and that is going to cover what you have released since the full moon, where you are now, what is emerging within you, what do you wish to grow, how can you bring your goals and intentions to fruition, and what additional resources are available to you as you manifest your goals. Now, I'm going to do this just how I did the full moon reading this month. So I'm going to pre-shuffle all the cards. I'm going to use the Light Seers Tarot this one. I just kind of feel called to use it. I want to use some reversals today. And instead of getting a collective oracle message for all the signs this month, you guys know I usually like to use Queen of the Moon Oracle. I'm actually going to use the Essential Oil deck. I'm going to pull a card from this deck for everybody this month. Now, if these decks are interesting to you, you can head to my Amazon storefront or my Shop My Storefront. I'm pretty sure I've highlighted these cards here. Actually, go to my Shop My Storefront if that's interesting to you. I do really need to mention a couple things, a couple housekeeping. First of all, thank you to my Light Keepers. I appreciate you. You guys really are inspiring me and keeping the channel going. And if you don't know who my Light Keepers are, they're these beautiful souls right here. And these people have exclusive access to my monthly forecast. So they know what I've predicted for all the signs for the month of April, and it's only accessible to them, and it will be accessible to the public May 1st. But of course, you'll be watching things in hindsight at that point. So if you like my predictions and you really resonate with my vibe and my energy, head to the link in the description box below or on my YouTube page. If you're on desktop, click join. If you're on mobile, I try to keep the link in all the descriptions below so you can get access to that. Also, my Light Keepers get 15% off of readings with me. But I want to address that really quick. I'm actually going to make a shift in May, and I'm going to double the fuck down on my YouTube content. I've decided I really want to 10x my YouTube. I want it to grow. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this why in some other videos, but in order to dedicate the attention and energy that I need in order for my YouTube to grow, in order to create the consistency that I need to do, that means I have to take time away from private booking. So if you are a Light Keeper and you want to get time on my calendar, I'm only going to make myself available. I've already done it. I'm only going to be available on Sundays. I'm going to have like one slot in the evening because I work on Sundays. So if you want to slot with me, it's going to be just one person in the evening. I'm not going to do back-to-back sessions. So literally, I'm only going to have probably 4 sessions this month. If you're a Light Keeper, go ahead and claim your spot now. If you're not, that's what I have available. And my goal is, of course, to open my slots back up because I like my one-on-one sessions with my clients. I would like to open up more slots once I'm able to depart my part-time job. So we'll see. And of course, once I am comfortable with the momentum that I'm gaining with my YouTube. But, something's got to give. It's just me. I'm just one person. I can't do it all. Okay, with that being said, I don't think I have any other announcements. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. And wait, I just learned that this is a phrase. Smash that like button. I've always heard people say that, but apparently when you say it, it makes the little like button light up. Did y'all know that? Thank you for being here. I love you. Let's get into our readings. I love this reading for you, Aries. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. What have you released? We've got the King of Pentacles here. The King of Pentacles does represent the earth signs, which is Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, in case you have any connection with an earth sign here. But the King of Pentacles upright also represents security, stability, and success and abundance. Now, there could either be somebody of wealth and status that you released, but I could also interpret this as maybe you have released that energy out into the atmosphere. So I'm hoping and praying and believing that you're in an energy of abundance. I don't know. You may have also released the need for material wealth and gain in some sort of way. So let's say you were presented, I don't know if this is true. This is just an example. I'm not tying this to any of your previous readings, but let's say you were recently presented with an opportunity for a promotion. And that promotion would have offered you more money, but less work-life balance. And maybe you decided to release that or take a demotion because you need to improve your quality of life. So let's talk about that actually. Where you are now is 7 of Wands. Excuse me. We've got the 7 of Wands here, and this really is on brand with another reading I did earlier this week. I mentioned that you guys had the Hermit card. The 7 of Wands is about boundaries. It's about keeping people away from you or maintaining your peace and your energy and aura. I really feel like that's where you are. It's also about maintaining control. So right now, Aries, you're in a space where you're just trying to keep shit kosher. You're just trying to keep shit chill and copacetic. And you're not trying to rock the boat. You're just trying to manage and handle what's in front of you, even if that means keeping people at an arm's length right now. But emphasis on maintaining your peace, maintaining your energy, maintaining your boundaries. What is emerging within you? We've got the Ace of Swords reversed, which is typically about clarity and aha moments, information, right? New ideas. When it's reversed, it represents mental clutter. So I would hate to claim that what's emerging within you is mental clutter, but in its most positive sense, I would interpret this as, because usually this position of what's emerging within you is usually something positive. It's not usually something negative. So this could be ideas that are emerging that you're not ready to share with everybody else. It could be that, like something that you're kind of growing and cooking for yourself, but you're not letting everybody know about. Maybe you're just trying to sit with some ideas for a minute before you kind of tell everyone about it. What do you wish to grow? Interestingly, is the Two of Swords. So it's interesting to have the Ace of Swords right next to the Two of Swords, right? So what you wish to grow is the Two of Swords, which represents indecision. But with this being in the position of what you wish to grow, there's obviously some important decision or choice that you want to make. I'm going to come back to that. Okay, maybe we'll pull a yes/no card. There's something that's been kind of keeping you a little confused. You don't know if you should go left or right, up or down, and you're not really sure about it. Whenever I find myself unsure, I've been telling my viewers about this often, magic wand, right? If I had a magic wand, all the money I want, all the resources I want, what would I want? And start with that, because sometimes we get so caught up trying to make the logical choice that we make a decision that's not right for our spirit or our energy. So try that exercise. How can you bring your goals and intention to fruition? We've got the Wheel of Fortune here. Now, immediately when I saw this, Aries, I just was focused on how open she is. And I think it's a really interesting contrast to you with your boundaries right now. This new moon, you're going to need to open yourself up to the possibilities. Stop trying to grip to control. Open yourself up to spirit. I need you to surrender a little bit, because there's a blessing trying to come through, Aries, but you're caught up a little bit too much in trying to analyze, and you're thinking too much. I need you to kind of just let go of the mental headspace that you're in and just decide, this is what I want, and I'm going to allow it to come in. My job is not to worry about the how. My job is to worry about staying in alignment with what I want, okay? And when you're staying in alignment with what you want, you bring it in closer to you. I know that sounds crazy and it's impractical, but when you study energy, when you study manifestation, law of attraction, it works, okay? What additional resources are available to you as you manifest your goals? The Chariot here represents a couple things. The Chariot does represent the sign of Cancer, in case a Cancer is important to you. It also represents moving on, moving forward. It represents determination and willpower and advancement. It's very future focused. We're not looking in the rearview mirror here with the Chariot here. So I feel that there is something in your life, Aries, that you're going to need to move on or move forward with or from. You might quite literally be moving with the Chariot here. Sometimes I also interpret the Chariot as something to do with your car. Like maybe you need a new car to achieve your goals or your resources. I know I feel like right now, I wasn't a couple weeks ago, but now I'm just kind of like, do I need a new car? I don't know. I don't financially want a new car, because I really just want to deal with my goals, my financial goals in front of me, but that's a different story. But maybe you're feeling like you need a new vehicle. Intuitively, I think you need to move on from something, okay? I want to look into what you're having an indecision about. Let's see what comes. Please clarify what Aries is kind of trying to decide on. We have despair. Okay, and what I always focus on in this card is the sign in the back that says not hiring. So maybe Aries, you're in a place right now where your job is kind of in question or in limbo, and maybe you're not able to get a part-time job or an extra job, and you're just wondering, well, shit, do I need to just move altogether where the jobs are? Maybe that's literally something you're worried about. Let's see what comes out of the yes, no. Don't take this yes or no card literally. I kind of just want to see what comes out of the messaging. No. Turning back, walk away, unreceptive to new ideas. Interesting. Sorry, it's a penguin. So I saw it on the no side. Walk away. So again, kind of like somebody may be not receptive to your ideas. You need to just move on from a certain situation. I think you're trying to make something work, but it's not coming together, so you need to move on. And interesting on turning back. So let's say that you moved to a place, like I don't know why Chicago just came to mind. Let's say you moved to Chicago. Maybe you live in Chicago. I don't know. I don't know if this is resonating with the people of Chicago. And you went there and it just wasn't the vibe that you thought it was. It might be time to go back home. It might be, or wherever home is, or wherever you felt like you were most comfortable, right? You did your time. Be open to possibility and change, and don't force anything. Like, let's say you are open to going back home or going back in a way. Let that be a thought and say, okay, I'm not really sure whenever you're facing indecision, let it be a thought. So let's just use the example of moving back home. So let's say you went to Chicago to see what the market is like. You didn't like it, and now you're thinking about moving back to New York. So you put the thought in your head, I think I might be interested in moving back to New York, but you're not decided. In your mind, you say, you know what, I'm open to the idea of moving back to New York, but I'm not decided. I'm going to put that on the shelf for now until I feel more aligned to a decision. Just put it over there and just invite spirit to show you things that will either align or not align with that outcome. Maybe you're presented with a job that actually is a fit. Maybe you're presented with an opportunity. Most often, I'm going to be very honest, most often when you're kind of not detached to a certain outcome, that's usually the outcome that you attract. So let's say you're not really interested in moving back to New York. You're like, let's say you're not committed to it, but you're open. It's usually those situations where blessings can come in more easily because you're not attached to the outcome. So it'll be that same day that you'll get a recruiter calling you, hey, you're interested in opportunities in New York. And you're like, it's like that. So be open. You're in control of your life. Ultimately, I'm just using these as examples. Let's talk about the essential oil message. You got faith in the use of spikenard. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Trigger statement to release. Why does this always happen to me? We've got to let that go. True statement to embrace. I am at peace. Know that everything will work out as it needs to, and hold a space of gratitude as you watch the miracles unfold. That's what I have for you, Aries. I hope it was helpful. Thanks so much. Drop some comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. Bye. Okay, Taurus, so this is kind of echoing your monthly forecast. If you haven't already watched it, please do on my membership. But it's not like super heavy energy, but I just feel that energetically that it's a little heavy for just whatever you're going through right now. I mean, I know this is a new moon in your sign, and if this isn't resonating with you, watch your moon or rising sign. I typically make these for sun signs, but watch your moon or rising or your Venus or Mercury to see if maybe that resonates a little bit more with you. But this is feeling a bit heavy for me, and maybe even overwhelm that you might be experiencing. So what you have released, we have the King of Swords here. This is air sign energy in case you have released a Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini in your life. This is also about wisdom and intellect and intelligence, not even just on communication, but as an expert subject matter. This feels like a person to me, though. To be very honest, this feels like you have released a person in your life. But now that you've released that person, now it almost feels like you don't know what to do with yourself. We've got the Knight of Pentacles reversed. This is earth sign energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Typically, the Knight of Pentacles is somebody who's hardworking and dedicated and, taking their time with what they're building. When it's reversed, he has a tendency to lack discipline. He can be a little scattered, and maybe not scattered, but he can be single-minded where he's focused on one thing instead of all the things that need to get done. So I do feel like you are kind of like single tracking it right now. Does you guys know what that means? Sorry, I live in New Jersey. So when you're single tracking, it means that trains are going north and south on the same line. So once you complete one train, then the other has to come. You can't do both simultaneously, where typically trains are running parallel. We can't do that right now. Right now, we've got a single track that we can only focus on one thing at a time. So I kind of feel like that's where you are right now. You can only focus on one thing at a time. You can't handle too much. You might be a little scattered. You might be a little disorganized. You're trying to get it together. Because I think you're trying to, and I said this in your forecast, your back of the deck energy here is the Lovers here, reverse. I think there's a partnership that's not going well. And I think you're trying to figure out how to cope. What is emerging within you? We've got the King of Wands reversed. Typically fire sign energy here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, someone who's very confident, a natural born leader, visionary. When it's reversed, it can be poor leadership, and I'm not trying to manifest poor leadership into your life. I think this is more about you finding and discovering personal direction of where it is you want to go and what you want in your life. And in order to get there, what you need to grow or what you wish to grow, we have the moon reversed, which is Pisces energy here, which is fantasy, disillusionment, sometimes fears and anxiety. When it is reversed, you have to let that stuff surface and come to the light. I think you've got a lot to process. If you're not in therapy already, Taurus, I really would suggest it. Let this new moon be the start of you taking care of yourself in a new way. Your mental, I think I literally said something about your mental health. I said your mental health needs attention right now for your monthly forecast. I'm telling you, watch that forecast, because I unpack a lot more than I am in this couple minutes. So I think you need to address a lot of the fears, a lot of the anxieties, a lot of the negative self-talk that you might be telling yourself, so you can let it surface and release it. But if you're not sure how to do that, let a professional guide you, okay? How you can bring your goals and intentions to fruition. We've got to take a beat. We've got to take a rest. We need a little bit of time out. If you have PTO or any time off that you can take from work, I would take it, even if it's just a day or two, even if you're not physically sick. Sometimes just taking a day off to kind of just clean up around the house and just, get your home together just for your mental health, even just that. Because sometimes you know how it is where you're busy, you're just on the wheel, right? You're doing the things, you work all week, and then, on the weekend, of course, you don't want to spend time cleaning. And so things just pile up. And don't be afraid to just take a day to just kind of reset. Even if it's just for your home, just for your health, to just feel like you're back on track. Because kind of like having a unkempt home can really wear on your mental health, I think. All right, but separate from your home, maybe your home is in perfect order. Just take a day to veg out, whatever it is that you need to rest and recover. What additional resources are available to you as you manifest your goals? We have the Emperor reversed. This is Aries energy here, fatherhood energy as well, in case you have children or the father of your children, or you have children as a father. When it's reversed, it means a lot of things. There could be somebody in a position of authority that you aren't taking advantage of. It could be that you need to step into the leadership role of your life. You need to take charge. Again, with this, kind of both of these energies here, I think you're kind of tapped out. I feel like I don't know why Spirit just gave me that image. I feel like you've ever been in the car and you keep the blinds on, like the window shield wipers on, but it's kind of stopped rating. I kind of feel like that's you right now. You don't even, you're not even really with us right now. And that's because you just got a lot going on. You got to get back into the driver's seat, babe. Tap in. Here is what we have for you from the essential oil deck. We have Cassia. This is solar plexus, which is about confidence and your the way you present and project yourself into the world. This is about confidence, literally. You see, trigger statement to release. I can't do that. Let that go. True statement to embrace. I am a light. Step forward and be the bright light that you are. Serve your purpose to the world by sharing your amazing gifts. That's also kind of resonant of the King of Wands, because he is very creative. He has a lot of gifts, and he is very confident. And I like that this is what's emerging within you. It's reversed, but I think it's because you're tapping back into your personal power, what makes you special, Taurus, with this new moon in your sign. So I hope this is helpful. Drop some comments below. Subscribe if you're not already. Drop a like. Smash that like button. Excuse me. And turn on the bell notifications for more content like this if you liked it. I'm really praying for you, Taurus. I hope all is well. Bye. See you on the next one. Gemini, I love this reading for you. I mean, it's not like the best reading ever, but I like it for you with where you are right now. We have the Three of Wands reversed in terms of what have you released, okay? The Three of Wands is about waiting on your ships to come in. In this case, in this card, she's waiting on her wave, you know, waiting to ride that wave, right? She's waiting, she's ready to just kind of have that moment, right? Of being drifted away and kind of, you know, kind of having a bit more control in her life, right? When it's reversed, as it is for your reading, it can indicate delays and stagnation and like you're trying to get ahead, but you keep running into obstacles. So with this being what you've released, I think you've released some delays and frustrations that you might have been experiencing. So you're clearing all that away with this new moon. Now, where you are now we're just trying to tap into our inner strength with you, Gemini. This does represent the sign of Leo in case a Leo is important in your life with the strength card, but with it reversed, this is more about you tapping into your inner strength. I do feel like you're in a frustrating or maybe even draining situation. And so you're trying to lean into, you know, the reserves and what you have, that you're leaning into your inner strength to, you know, come out or come on top of a hard situation. I don't know. I feel like I'm drinking this, but it's making me cough more. It's just lemonade and seltzer, but I feel like it's making me cough more. I don't know why. Anyway, inner strength. Okay, we're trying to tap into inner strength. Why does Gemini need strength right now? Sometimes the strength card also represents generosity, giving, being gentle, mature man. Maybe we're dealing with an older man in some situation in your life. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave that right there. If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. What is emerging within you? We've got the Hierophant reversed, which does represent the sign of Taurus. The Hierophant is about, it represents a spiritual teacher, but it also represents conformity, doing something the tried and true way, something, organizations, institutions, churches, schools, that sort of thing. When it's reversed, it represents being unconventional. And sometimes it can represent being a spiritual teacher to yourself, sure. Or maybe going through your own spiritual path right now. But it often represents doing something your own way. You're going against the grain in some way, being unconventional. So there's something in your life that I think you want to take matters into your own hands. And this usually comes because I think you're at your wit's end, Gemini. I think you're a little frustrated and you're like, you know what, fuck this. I'm going to do this my own way because I'm tired of the delays. I'm tired of the setbacks. I need to take control of the situation. So I'm not going to try to do what everybody else is saying I should do. I'm going to do what I think works for me right now. That's where I think that's what's emerging within you, right? What do you wish to grow? We've got the Five of Cups reversed. So we want to come out of down and poopy energy. I don't know why I said it like that, but okay. The Five of Cups is about grief, sadness, loss, isolation. When it is reversed, you want to come out of this energy. I think you have been feeling low, Gemini, and I think you're ready to break free from it. How can you bring your goals and intentions to fruition? We've got the Two of Wands reversed, which typically represents planning, looking towards the future. It's the card that happens before the Three of Wands. You see, I should kind of show you like this, I guess. She's planning to ride the wave, but then she finally gets there, you know. So with this card being in the position of how to bring your goals and intentions to fruition, it is reversed. You've got to go back to the drawing board. Sasha, you're going to hurt yourself. This fucking dog. You got to go back to the drawing board with some goals. And that's usually what the Two of Wands is about. It's about realigning to what you said you wanted. And maybe the way you've realized with all the setbacks you experienced, you have to make some changes. Maybe you decide that you want different things altogether. Maybe the goals you wanted, you're not in alignment with anymore, right? It can be anything. It could be the goal. It could be the path. It could be the plan. You need to just kind of readjust right now. What additional resources are available to you as you manifest your goals? We have the Eight of Wands. Now, I personally know a Gemini that is about to be traveling, and the Eight of Wands can indicate travel. It can indicate overseas. But it also represents quick action, moving fast. It can represent getting carried away and sometimes infatuation in romantic love readings. But I do think taking a little trip, even if it's just a weekend trip, something to a new place, something to change the scenery is going to help you. I also think you do, if you haven't already, Gemini, do some spring cleaning. I think you need to actually do some energetic cleaning in your house and lift the energy, the heavy energy that has been keeping you in this Five of Cups space. You need to move things around. You need to water your plants. You need to change things up a little bit. Like you need to shift the energy. Things have been a little bit too heavy and a little bit too stale for too long. Even if you don't move everything around, dust it off. I don't know why, but Spirit is showing me like a plant in the corner of a living room that's like a fake plant and like a little porcelain thing that hasn't been dusted or even touched in weeks or months. Dust it off. You don't need to throw it out. Just dust it off. And I'm pretty sure that Amazon sells like spray or something that makes fake plants look more lustrous or something. Get some of that, revive some of the things in your house. Give some love and care to it, okay? Let's look at your essential oil card here. I've actually forgotten what it says, so I'm just going to let you look at it for a second. Okay, it is opportunity. Trigger statement to release. I doubt it. Let that go because I think you've just come up with a lot of obstacles that you now anticipated the setbacks. So let that go. Everything's always working out for you. Let that be an affirmation. True statement to embrace. There is hope. Okay. With fresh eyes, see the potential within this situation. Drop some comments below if that's resonating with you, Gemini. Smash that subscribe button. Now that I know that that's a thing, I'm going to say it all the fucking time. Smash that subscribe button and make sure you turn on the bell notifications if you're not already so you know when I drop new content. Thank you for being here. I love you. I'll see you in the comments or on the next video. Bye. I love this reading for you, Cancer. This is lovely. Specifically because you are making some changes to how you want to achieve some goals in your life right now. So what have you released? We have the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is representative of deceitfulness, sneakiness, trying to get away with something. It also represents strategy, but I actually really do feel like there's something you were trying to get away with. I'm not trying to say you were trying to get away with homicide or anything. I hope, but there was something you were trying to like cut corners to kind of get done. And I think you've kind of let all that go. And now you're just in a space of just like following your intuition, trusting your gut and trusting what feels right. Because I don't think you got anywhere with that Seven of Swords. I don't think that the corners that you tried to cut just ended up wasting energy. So instead of trying to kind of do what you think you should do, now you're just trying to tap into your intuition and just trusting what you sense and what you feel and where you feel Spirit or God is leading you right now, right? The High Priestess comes up when the veil is thin, right? So when the veil is thin, your intuition is heightened. You're hearing the spiritual messages that Spirit is trying to give you, and you have a lot of divine support at this time. So embrace that. What is emerging within you? We've got the Queen of Wands. Love this energy. This is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, specifically feminine energy, but it can be masculine. The energy of the card is about somebody who's able to manifest. She's able to create fire. She's able to sustain. Not only is she able to create fire, she's able to sustain it. She's able to captivate. She's got charisma. She's got joy. She's got spunk. She's really fun, right? And people see this within her. They see this light. Excuse me. And that is what is emerging within you, Cancer. You're kind of coming out of your shell a little bit in May with this new moon. And people are seeing you, and people are seeing what's special about you and like your creativity and like what you have to offer. They're really noticing that this month. But I think you're also inspired as well in what you're able to create and manifest. The Queen of Wands is traditionally the manifester of the tarot along with the Magician. So you really are pulling some shit out of thin air, okay? What do you wish to grow? We have the Ace of Wands reversed. I see this actually as an idea for you that you want to grow. There's an idea that you have and you're like, okay, I think I want to pursue that. When the Ace of Wands is reversed, it could be something that you maybe were previously burned out about, or maybe you put down for a while and now you want to come back to it. But it could also be something you're not telling a lot of people about. It's something that's kind of private. How you can bring your goals and intentions to fruition. We've got the Page of Wands reversed. Lots of fire sign energy for you this new moon. Page of Wands, again, is fire sign energy. She is ready to create, express herself. It's all about exploration and creativity and expression, right? When it's reversed, it's about personal exploration, personal development, spiritual exploration of like, what do I want? How do I feel? It's similar to the Tower reversed a little bit, of like trying to figure out what you want. And I think that that is what's going to help you manifest, tap into this Queen of Wands energy by doing the work of discerning, what do I want right now, right? And again, it could be very similar to the Ace of Wands, keeping some projects on the low right now. You're not ready to reveal them and show everybody what you're working on. Additional resources as you manifest your goals. We've got the Knight of Pentacles reversed. The Knight of Pentacles is hardworking and dedicated. It's also the earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. So there could be an earth sign that maybe you're not taking advantage of or utilizing. I think there also is a tool that you're not utilizing yet or currently to help you, Cancer. That just came through. The Knight of Pentacles reversed typically represents lack of discipline. So perhaps you are getting a little bit more discipline in whatever it is you're trying to create or grow. I think there's some tools that you're not using. Don't work harder, work smarter. Okay. The essential oil card that we have is coriander. I think it says honoring self at the top, right? I can't tell. This is the way it has always been done. Let that go. And again, kind of with like you trying things a new way, you're manifesting, you're really letting that go and tapping into your creativity this new moon. True statement to embrace. I create my way. You are ready to fulfill your desires by thinking outside the box. The path less traveled may be more fulfilling. That could also be a message too. You notice how in this card, he's walking with his horse. And he's just, open to the adventure. At least that's kind of how I view it. He's just taking a stroll. He's like, you know what? I want to go down this way. I want to see what I find, what I stumble upon. I'm not in a rush. Yeah, I love that. I hope that resonated with you, Cancer. If it did, smash that like button, all right? And make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell notification so you know when I post new content. Thank you for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Go watch your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus if you haven't already. I make these for sun signs, but go watch your other placements just to get a well-rounded view. Thanks, bye. Hey, Leo, here we go. What have you released? We've got the Six of Pentacles here. This is about giving and receiving, okay? Now, I'm not sure if you were on the giving end or receiving end. Now, released, it's an interesting word in this spread here, the way the author wrote it, because released can be like, what have you released out into the world, or what have you released, like let go of? So it's kind of up for interpretation a little bit. I'm struggling with this position a little bit. I think I am going to draw a clarification card because I can't directly resonate with that. So not that I have to in order for you to, but I'm going to find the Six of Pentacles. What has Leo released? Six of Cups, maybe something you did in the past, maybe reminiscing, maybe thinking about the good old days. This could also be, oh, that's interesting. This could also be money because I'm recording this on the 22nd. The new moon isn't until the 27th, I think. I'm pretty sure it's the 27th. I'm pretty sure. If it's not the 27th, it's the 26th, but I'm pretty sure it's the 27th. So for you, you may have released money to help friends or family, or given generosity in some way to friends or family. Maybe that's the message here. Where you are now, we've got the Six of Wands reversed. Now, the Six of Wands is typically about recognition, notoriety, success, achievement, right? Which we love. This is the Six of Wands is one of the cards that represent Leo in the tarot. When it's reversed, it does represent like you feeling like you're not getting the recognition you deserve. You're feeling a lack of attention, lack of validation. That's possible, but it's not the direct message, okay? This could also represent maybe you celebrating a win privately. Maybe you're not telling everybody what you achieved, right? So let's clarify that as well, because I don't want to claim that for us, especially me as a content creator. I hope my content always does well, especially because that's how I make my money. But let's see. Clarify, please, where Leo is by this new moon in Taurus. Five of Swords. I love that here. You really had to fight for it, Leo. You really had to fight to get to whatever success that you had. And I think that's the thing here, because the Five of Swords is about winning at all costs. Okay. You are going to do whatever it takes to get through this goddamn fantasy forest. And I think because you knew what it took is why you're celebrating privately this new moon, because other people are not going to understand what you had to go through to celebrate this win. Okay. So what's emerging within you, Knight of Wands reversed. So now there's all this energy that you've got pent up. Now, the Knight of Wands is typically somebody who's ambitious, they're hungry, they're ready to do, they're ready to achieve. I think in this specific reading, Leo, this is about you having a lot of energy that you don't know what to do with. So needing to kind of like manage and direct and hone your energy, like just eager to kind of get things done, right? Or you're just feeling like you don't know how to focus your energy. There could be some impulsiveness here, but I don't want to claim that for you. This could also be a message to, let's take to the book for that one. Let's take to the book. Okay. The Knight of Wands reverse may appear when you are actively pursuing a personal passion project or hobby. A fire has been lit within you. You are now doing everything to move this passion project forward. You have no intention of turning it into a raging success. It is simply for you to enjoy and channel your energy into. Okay. I think that's the message. I don't think this is about you being impulsive. I don't think this is about you, doing crazy shit. I think this is about you driving a personal project forward that's important to you. I do hope you want to turn into a raging success. I know I always want everything that I do to be successful, so you probably resonate with that. What do you wish to grow? Seven of Pentacles here. Now, the Seven of Pentacles is about patience, but I think in this specific reading, I think this is about your savings, your investments, and your money, just simply off of the imagery alone. I think you are really wanting to grow your income, grow your wealth. I think that's pretty straightforward to me, so I'm not going to beat that down, but I think you're going to be looking at ways and avenues to do that this new moon in Taurus, especially when we have a new moon in an earth sign. It would be a great time to manifest and do some sort of candle ritual. I don't do a lot of rituals. I used to when I was really kind of at the beginning of my awakening, but I just feel that mindset matters over everything else. You can do a ritual, but if your mindset isn't right, it doesn't matter. That's what I've learned personally. So I don't do a lot of rituals anymore, but I might. I don't know. So it would be a good time to do it in the new moon in Taurus, especially for a financial ritual. Okay. How you can bring your goals and intention into fruition. Nine of Swords reversed. You've got to let go of the anxiety and the fear, doubt, and worry. That's pretty straightforward. Okay, you've got to let it go. You worrying about what you don't have is not going to help you, or what resources you don't have, what support you don't have, or if you're going to be successful or not. That's not going to help you. You've got to let that go. Focus on what you do want and don't worry about the how. What additional resources are available to you as you manifest your goals? Two of Swords reversed. You've got to drop the this or that. You've got to drop the this or that energy. Well, if I do this, then this will happen. If I do that, that'll happen. The Two of Swords is about indecision, okay? When it's reversed, it's about coming out of indecision. It seems that you're finally going to make a choice or a decision to do something What is this related to, Spirit, for Leo? Clarify Two of Swords for Leo. Oh, shit. I took more cards than I wanted to. Page of Wands and the Devil. Okay. The Devil can represent willing attachments, could represent work. Page of Wands is fire sign energy, exploration. I still kind of struggle with this a little bit. What additional resources are available to you as you manifest your goals? Because I'm like, okay, is it a job? Should you be looking for a job? I don't know. I don't know. Because that's kind of what that would mean to me. I don't know. Let's see. What am I missing with the Two of Swords? I think this is the message. The Two of Swords is inviting you to listen to your intuition about this difficult decision. You may need to cut off from the external world temporarily so you can hear your inner voice and allow your wisdom to come through. Trust what you know to be true and right for you. Make your decisions based on your own internal compass. I think that's kind of the vibe here. I think you might be a little overwhelmed by a lot of people's advice of, especially if you're really focused on your goal of Seven of Swords, well, you should do this or you should do that. You've got to listen, especially, and that might be what's causing anxiety of like what everybody's telling you has worked for them and what they think you should do. You got to let that go, Leo, and you got to do what's right for you. I think this is about earning money in some way, and you're exploring opportunities and ways to earn money, and you're just trying to figure out the best way to do that for yourself. But you're gonna have to listen to your intuition to do that. So let's look at the oracle message. We have encouraging. It's third eye. Unsurprisingly, now that I've gone through this whole reading, it's a third eye chakra card. We've got motivation and encouraging. Trigger statement to release. I don't know where to start. Let that go. True statement to embrace. I take action now with this Knight of Wands, okay? Take action now. You will find clarity. Yeah, this card makes a lot of sense. You will find clarity and ability to create now. This is your time to make things happen. Interesting. I think this really speaks to the Two of Swords and the Knight of Wands here. You will find clarity and the ability to create now. This is your time to make things happen. Yeah, because you're not going to give up without a fight, Leo. You're determined to make this happen. You're determined to do this. Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Smash that like button if you haven't already, and subscribe and turn on the bell notifications so that you always know when I drop new content. Drop some comments below if this resonates with you, and watch your moon and your rising sign as well for a 360 view of this reading. Love you so much. See you on the next one. I'm just going to give a brief interlude while I get your cards ready for Virgo. So I wanted to be done with my recordings by now. That's like story of my life, right? And I just want to address the vibe change because I have like a really big umbrella light right here. And I feel like I've been in front of it all day. I feel like I've just been doing so much. And I've been like recording all the content except the content that I was scheduled myself to do. And I don't want to leave today or leave my office today not having finished the content that I wanted to do. And honestly, I just think sometimes it's the lighting that kind of just makes me like, ugh. Now I've got like this overhead light and I've got this big umbrella in my face. Now, while I love being like well lit, I do feel like sometimes it is just like aggressive. So, you know, we're going to finish out these readings with a vibe change, and it's also 11:18 at night. So I tested it out to make sure you can see cards. You can still see cards because I want you to see the cards. But if y'all can deal with a little bit of of a quieter vibe, a little quiet storm vibe. Let's get into it, because I just feel like I can't get through the rest of the 7 signs with that light in my fucking face, and I really want to finish the readings, and I don't want to be irritated while I finish the readings. Also, just to give you a quick check-in, like I was about to finish. It was like 10 o'clock, and I was like, okay, I'll just punch out 1 more hour. It's fine. Like I'll finish the readings. And I took Sasha for a walk, and I fed her, and then she fell down the steps. And I don't know if I've mentioned this before. I'm sure I've mentioned it in a few videos before, but I really need to get wedges for her. And I was looking them up earlier today, so it's like I feel like I attracted it with her falling down the steps, and she seems to be okay. But then I got annoyed, and then I put the tiger toes on her. Like there are these like socks that are kind of like grip socks. She doesn't really like them, but I put them on her anyway because now I'm anxious. But now I made a whole TikTok of it because I'm like, I guess I could make content out of this. And again, it's just like content that I didn't have planned, but just a rabbit hole being a content creator. So now I'm just like, I just want to finish my readings for my viewers, and I don't want to be in front of. I just feel like I have light sensitivity right now, and I'm not even a person who like suffers from like migraines or whatever, but it's just the screens, the phone, the lights, a lot. And this is also really kind of the vibe I originally wanted for my readings. I wanted my readings to feel kind of moody. This isn't exactly serving the vibe that I want it to give. And it is probably something for me to investigate now that I think more about it. I always wanted my readings to feel like you were going into a very like intimate, like tarot shop with like dim, low lighting, like just enough to see the cards, but enough to kind of feel like you're not overwhelmed by a bunch of bright lights. But I guess over time that changed. So it might be something for me to revisit. This is, again, is not quite what I had in mind when I did that. I wonder if I could show a version of it. I don't even remember where I would have posted them. I don't know where that content lives, but it was like I made it. It was like vertical, and they were more they felt really intimate. Like it felt really personal. It was exactly what I wanted, because it was kind of like closer in. It was tighter. It was a tighter frame, and it felt like I was shuffling the cards in front of you. It was exactly how I wanted it to feel. But yeah, I guess it all changed. I don't know. I might try to recreate that at some point when I invest in more equipment. But for right now, I have the content and equipment that I need. Oh my God, what a day. So anyway, then I now like posting this stupid video on TikTok that probably 3 people will see about me trying to get Sasha to go down and upstairs. It was like a whole thing. And I don't even make dog content. So I'm like, why did I spend an hour doing this when I don't even have a dog audience? I'm probably not going to, I'm spiraling. I hope whoever sees that video gets value and entertainment out of it. And if that happens, then it was time well spent. Let me shuffle Virgo's cards. Okay, that's interesting, Virgo. I think you have the same card that Leo did. And of course, my allergies have started up. We love when that happens. And my window's open, so forgive me because it was a warm day and it's hot. Oh, okay, Whitney, get centered for Virgo, please. Jesus. Get it together. Let's grab selenite. Okay. Back to your spread. Okay. What have I released, Virgo? We've got the 4 of Pentacles reversed. The 4 of Pentacles upright is typically about withholding, holding back. It is about conservative energy. You're clutching to what you have. When it's reversed, I think this is maybe you've released materialism. Maybe you've let go of something you've been holding on to. Let's clarify what that is for you, because that could be a lot of things. Sometimes the 4 of Pentacles indicates you're still clutching. We've got judication and family room. So there's a situation regarding maybe or conflict maybe that needed resolution within your family or within a family dynamic or within your home. This does feel like it's about money for me. Your back of the deck energy is Six of Pentacles reversed. So I think you just gave money for something. I know my girlfriend, she's a Virgo, and she was just talking about like renovation she's doing for her home, like in her kitchen and her dining room. So maybe you are releasing money for something, paying money for something regarding your family room. I know that's an extreme. Not every Virgo is going under renovation, but let's get another one. The Virgo release. Ugh. So we've got Empress, Wheel of Fortune, and Queen of Swords. So this could be about, sometimes the Empress too, when it's reversed, it's about clinging, even though I don't use reversals in this deck. Wheel of Fortune is divine timing, it's money. Queen of Swords is like using your intellect. It's not very obvious to me what this is for you. You're going to have to let me know, Virgo, if this is obvious to you, what you released. I think this is money in some way. Either you're releasing your attachment to money or letting it go to invest or pay for something. That's what it feels like to me. But this feels like this was around a conflict as well. So let me know how that's connecting. If it's not, leave it behind. Where are you now? We've got 10 of Wands, which is hard work, responsibility, and dedication. Now, Virgo, you didn't get here by surprise. You knew this is what you were leading up to, but this is just what you're managing right now. And now Sasha's at the door, and I'm going to get it because she still has her shoes on, so I don't want her to go down the steps. I can't focus on her right now. What is emerging within you, Virgo? We've got Ace of Cups. This is often new emotions, new feelings, something could potentially be a new relationship. This could be self-love. This is just a new perspective on how you, high key on new perspective, because the Hangman is here. New perspective about how you view yourself, how you view a circumstance, okay? Oh my God, there's a lot going on in your reading, Virgo, and I just feel like that is reflective of like your life right now. I'm sneezing. My dog is interrupting. She's now drinking water. I'm sniffling. Let's just take a collective fucking, oh, Jesus. Let's just get grounded so I can finish this reading with peace. Okay, now my Alexa did start in my other bedroom. It must be 11:30. It is. My Alexa reminds me to go to bed and starts playing sleep playlist on Apple, but it's fine. We got to do what we got to do. Sasha, babe, just lay down, please. Come on. You want to be next to me? Come on. Good job. Good girl. Good job. Just lay down. Let me finish this content, okay? Please. She was kind of like staring in front of her bed like she didn't know what to do. All right. The Ace of Cups can represent self-love. It can represent new emotions, new beginnings of some sort, something that you are putting a lot of new emotional energy into, but it would most likely be positive. So let's see what this might be for you, Virgo. We have mature man. We have despair. We have unexpected income. Okay. I don't know if any of those connect to you. I'm not going to overinterpret that. We have King of Cups here, potentially a water sign. But this is also another confirmation indication that you are strengthening your emotions at this time and really getting in tune with balancing your emotional being. After perhaps a period of despair, or perhaps even feeling like you have lack of income. Okay, so let's move on. What do you wish to grow? We've got the Five of Wands here. This typically represents competition, putting yourself out there, wanting to get ahead, and also sometimes conflict. This to me would indicate wanting to prove yourself in some way, wanting to be noticed, wanting to get out there, wanting to be seen, wanting some visibility, wanting some sort of status upgrade, perhaps. It's important to you at this time. How can you bring your goals and intentions into fruition? You've got to begin to look at things from a different angle. If you want to start getting seen and noticed and start to get ahead, you can't always do the same thing you've done. What you've done up to this point, Virgo, has gotten you to where you are. But if you want to achieve a new level, you've got to do different things. I think about that all the time in terms of like where I am, and you guys know my wealth building journey and how I'm trying to figure it out because I don't have someone to give me the blueprint, right? I mean, I have a lot of information that I'm absorbing, but I'm still trying to figure it out. On top of my behavior with money. Like, it's really easy to be like, well, you just do this, invest in this and do that and do that. It's really easy to say that, but all the relationship with money for each person is a personal thing. But anyway, with this Hangman card, my point in mentioning that was, I know that what got me into this home that I love so much and can't wait to decorate is not going to be what keeps me here. I know that, so I have to do things differently. So same thing for you. If you're wanting a status upgrade, if you're wanting to be seen and get noticed and get ahead, you're going to have to do some things differently, which is why the Hangman is here. Changing your perspective, changing your vantage point, reaching for new ideas and new information and new ways of being even. What additional resources are available to you as you manifest your goals? Strength. The Strength card does represent Leo, so perhaps a Leo could be important to you, but this is about gathering the strength and the courage and the ability to push through, especially because you're in this 10 of Wands energy right now, Virgo. You're in this place where it's a lot and you have to lean into your strength. Let's talk about your oracle message. Again, you had the same one I think Leo had, encouraging and motivation. We've got third eye chakra here for you. Trigger statement to release, I don't know where to start. Let that go. True statement to embrace, I take action now. You will find clarity and the ability to create now. This is your time to make things happen. Drop some comments below, smash that like button if this resonated with you, or drop some comments below to share with me how it resonated with you. If it didn't, watch your moon or your rising sign. I make these for sun sign, but I encourage you to watch your moon and rising as well to get a 360 view of what this new moon or how this new month might affect you. And please be sure to subscribe, click the bell notification so that you're always alerted when I make new videos. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for helping the channel grow, and I'll see you on the next one, Virgo. Okay, Libra, what I see for this new moon for you is really energy of feeling held back. But I also think part of you feeling that way is you holding yourself back, okay? And limiting yourself in certain ways, okay? It's giving little Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is not here, but it is feeling a little bit that way for me. And what I mean is the Eight of Swords is like when someone feels like they're victimized and they're attacked, but really it's kind of like all in their head. All right, so What have I released? We've got Seven of Swords here. Seven of Swords is about strategy, about kind of moving ahead and making a plan. When it is reversed, it's about everything coming into light. And I think if you've kept plans hush hush about like what you want to do and accomplish, now your cards are on the table. Now they're revealed. Now there's no secrecy. Everybody knows everything. But I feel like that needed to happen because maybe it feels like you were carrying around a burden in a way. And it might even be that you were carrying a secret. It may just be that you were carrying or hiding your true feelings or your true intentions around something. Or just, there just feels to me, Libra, like this new moon, you no longer want to hide. And I'm not sure if it's you hiding yourself, like maybe you're in a predicament or a relationship where you're creeping or someone else is creeping and like you just don't want to be a part of that life anymore. And maybe it's not tied to a relationship. Maybe this is tied to something else. But there's an energy here of like not wanting to live a lie anymore. I'm hearing it's an old song by Rihanna and The Dream. We out here living a lie. We out here living a lie. It makes me cry. I don't really remember all the lyrics, but that song is faintly coming to mind. It just feels like you want to be your true self. I just feel like Libra, you've been masking. You've been masking in some way. And I think this new moon is really making you feel like, I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to be myself. I just want to not be judged. I just want to be real with people in my life about what I'm doing and what I've got going on or what I want to do. And that's what it feels like. So let's keep going. Where you are now, we've got the Chariot reversed. The Chariot does represent the sign of Cancer, in case a Cancer is important in your life. It's also about forward momentum, moving ahead, willpower, and determination. With this energy reversed, the Chariot is often about it's like a yellow light. You're slowing down. You're having to reassess where you want to go in life. It's not that you're no longer moving forward. You're just having to pause and check in with this new moon. Remember, the new moon's happening on the 27th of like, okay, shit, where am I going? Because you're kind of at a halt right now. You don't want to move forward until you know exactly where you're going. And that could be with a project, with a business, with a relationship. You're just kind of taking inventory, taking stock. You're checking to see, do I have gas for the car? Do I have all the supplies that I need? You're taking a moment to check in, to make sure you're good, make sure you still want to go to the destination you had in mind before you move forward. What is emerging within me? We've got the Queen of Swords here reversed. Queen of Swords is air sign energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, but also somebody who's very smart, very perceptive, very communicative and intelligent, specifically female energy, but this can be masculine. With the energy reverse, the Queen of Swords is kind of cold-hearted, kind of bitchy. She's like over everybody. She's over everything. The sad thing is when the Queen of Swords is reversed, she does know best. She does actually have the answers, but she doesn't have any smooth edges. She's just kind of very blunt to the point. She really doesn't have a lot of time or energy for fluff. So just be careful because you're kind of starting to creep into that energy, all right, with this new moon. With the what do you wish to grow? We've got I don't know why I was about to say Four of Swords, but we do not have here. We have Page of Swords here. Page of Swords is new information, new ideas, communication. When it is reversed, it often indicates that you're not sharing your true voice. You're not sharing your truth, your authenticity in some way, but it also rules communication and learning as well. So maybe there's something, Libra, that you decide that you want to learn about this new moon, that you realize that you don't know enough about. This could be wanting to have communication with someone as well. The Page of, like I said, the Page of Swords rules communication. Maybe you want to grow communication with somebody you don't have good communication with right now. Clarify what Libra wants to grow, please. Magician, which is manifesting. What does Libra want to grow right now? Queen of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This is also just someone who's very compassionate, very empathic. This feels like communication, wanting to grow communication and wanting to grow your ideas or what you know about a certain topic. How can you bring your goals and intentions to fruition? We have the Hangman here. You got to change your perspective. The Hangman is also a card where like you have to kind of take 2 steps back before you can take 1 forward kind of thing. You have to kind of like, I just heard Uno, reverse. You have to reverse in order to go forward for this go round, okay? It's a time for you to get clarity, change your perspective, get some new ideas. You have to, it's also about slowing down as well, which the Chariot is. Like when the Hangman appears, you're being forced to slow down so that you can kind of get back into alignment with your goals and desires. Okay? So just take a beat. You're going to have to take a beat, Libra. Did I say that to you? Let me go to my monthly forecast really quickly. What did I say for you for April? Okay, it should still be quite positive. By the end of the month, I think it's still, just trust me. And if you haven't watched my monthly forecast, I would encourage you to do that. But I do think things are going to turn around for you. Despite this new moon reading right now, you're probably like, oh, Whitney, that doesn't sound good. No, you're just having to kind of, you're at a gas station. I just can't say it anything more than that. You're fueling up. You're checking your map. You're checking that you have everything you need before you move forward on this journey. That's what this new moon is going to feel like to you. What additional resources are available to you as you manifest your goals? We have the Judgment reversed. The Judgment is about awakening, ascension, leveling up, answering the call, acceptance. When it's reversed, it's like you're avoiding what you know you have to do in order to move forward and advance. So don't hold yourself back. You're holding yourself back from what you know is the right decision and the right choice in your life right now. What is this? Please specify. We've got 5 of Wands. This is about competition, proving yourself, advancing, getting ahead, conflict sometimes. I don't like to focus on the conflict piece of the 5 of Wands. In my head, for whatever reason, that doesn't normally happen to me. I'm going to tell you what I just tasted in my mouth. I like chai lattes. And the taste of chai just came to my mouth. There's some people who have that sensory when they are intuiting. I don't get a sense of taste when I'm working, but the taste of chai tea just came to my mouth. I don't know if that's significant to you at all, but I wanted to get one more card. 4 of Pentacles. What additional resources are available to you as you manifest your goals? Listen, Libra. I don't know what your situation is, but however it is you're holding yourself back, you are going to keep yourself stuck. You won't be broke, but you won't be thriving with this 4 of Swords here. But you're gonna have to go through some challenge and obstacles if you want to advance your life, specifically your finances, because the 4 of Pentacles is coming up here. You're going to have to fight for it. You're going to have to really prove that you want it. But that's going to mean coming out of your comfort zone, Libra. Let's dig into your oracle message. We have third eye chakra here, repellent. Trigger statement to release. I am under attack. Let that go. True statement to embrace. I am strong. You will clearly see what you are taking on from outside influences and release. Your energetic boundaries are fortified. I definitely do feel that. I definitely do feel with this new moon, you're kind of taking this moment to be like, you know what? I don't want to fuck with this energy. I don't want to fuck with that energy. Let me go ahead and pause now before I keep, building and investing in this relationship. You're really taking stock. You're taking inventory. You are taking inventory, babe. I hope this was helpful. Smash that like button if it was helpful to you and drop some comments below. I love to read your comments. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, that really helps it grow, and turn on the bell notification so you know when I drop more videos like this. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Bye, Libra. Hi, Scorpio. Okay, this has been a very interesting couple of days. So Wednesday, Thursday, I have my coffee shop job. So I wanted this done on Tuesday, and the energy just didn't align. I think I tried to do too much on Tuesday, and so by the time I tried to finish this new moon reading, I was just depleted, but it's okay. So we're here now. So Scorpio, let's look into this. I didn't really take a minute to take this in, so let me just have a second. So it's looking like, Scorpio, you want to save money, you're detaching from a group of people, and you're wanting to improve your work life. So let's see what's going on here. What have you released? We've got the Queen of Swords reversed here. The Queen of Swords is typically an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or somebody who's very analytical, very smart, very perceptive, a strong communicator. She's got the water locked up here. I love this little Easter egg in this deck. And when it's reversed, you've released potentially a toxic woman in your life. It could be masculine energy, but you've released someone who was frustrating. Sorry, I didn't put my phone on Do Not Disturb. You've released somebody who was maybe toxic, maybe very rude with their words, maybe very nasty or sharp towards you. Where you are now, we've got Three of Cups reversed. Now, this could mean one or two things, so decide what side you're on. The Three of Cups typically represents community and like gathering and like kind of like a kiki. Could be friends or family, or could be a romantic interest too. Now, when it's reversed, it's either that you have spent too much time away from your friends and family, and now you're taking the time to spend with friends and family, or you're currently separated from a group of people or someone that you were close with, and maybe that's taking an effect on you. Maybe because you've released this person, Scorpio, now you're kind of feeling the absence of their energy. Could be one person, could be a group of people. What is emerging within you? We have the Queen of Wands. This is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And now you're kind of feeling like you can take back control in your life. Whoever or whatever this was, Scorpio, this Queen of Swords that you've released, feels like they were really sucking the energy out of you. And now that you've let that go, now you can kind of get back to your spontaneous self, your charismatic self, feeling confident, feeling spunky, calling back in your manifestation power. I like that. So within the next couple days here, before we get to the full moon in May, you should be feeling a lot better energetically. What do you wish to grow? We've got the Hierophant reversed. The Hierophant is typically about work, organizations, institutions, doing things the tried and true way. It also represents Taurus energy. When it is reversed, it's about doing things unconventional. It also represents a spiritual teacher in case that is important to you, or if you're on your own spiritual journey. Maybe you want to grow your spiritual insight, or how you even counsel yourself. But I would typically interpret this card as like wanting to improve your work situation, wanting to do something out of the box, wanting to do something your own way, wanting to be successful at that within your work life. Again, this could not be related to work and could be instead related to your spiritual wisdom and your path. There's something that you want to do your own way and go against the grain. What do you wish to grow? Sorry, one second, Scorpio. that's what we just talked about. How can you bring your goals and intentions to fruition? We've got the Four of Pentacles. This is why I was saying that you want to save. The Four of Pentacles is about conserving your energy, conserving your resources, holding back or withholding from something, or withholding energy from something or someone. But I think in this case, you need to save. There's something you need to save for, or there's some energy you need to call back from a group of people. Like, you need to really protect your energy, protect your resources right now in order to get what you want done. What additional resources are available to you as you manifest your goals? We've got the Knight of Pentacles. This is earth sign energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, but this could also relate to just diligence and hard work. You just got to be consistent with whatever it is you're trying to achieve right now, whatever your goal is. Now here's your oracle card. It is harmony, and I think the word is topical. It's a yellow card, which is solar plexus. Trigger statement to release: I am boiling over. Let that go. True statement to embrace: I allow myself to feel. Give yourself space to decompress and take time to nurture your body, mind, and spirit. Allow emotions to surface and release. So take that however it's resonating for you, Scorpio. It's feeling like this new moon, you're realizing that you need to detach from a group of people, or maybe one person in particular. And that is really helping you realign, get your confidence back, and realize that you need to protect your energy at this time. That's what it really seems like it is to me. And you're not being mad about, don't beat yourself up for getting into this situation, or maybe you're blaming yourself like, how did I get here? Because this true statement, I allow myself to feel, don't dampen your emotions, don't press it down, don't repress your emotions. Feel what you feel and know, okay, you know what? It is what it is. I got bamboozled, or whatever it is, or this person, it wasn't who I thought they were, and now it's time for me to move on and like focus back on what I want to achieve. That's how this new moon in Taurus is affecting you based on my prediction, Scorpio. I hope this is helpful to you. Go ahead and smash that like button if this is resonating with you. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not already. And of course, consider becoming a member if you'd like to have access to my monthly forecast. Thanks so much for being here, Scorpio. I'll see you on the next one. Hi, Sagittarius. How are you? All right, so this is an interesting reading for this new moon in Taurus. So what you have released, we have the Three of Swords reversed. The Three of Swords is typically about heartbreak, sorrow, anguish. This is not always related to a romantic heartbreak. This can be related to just a really painful emotional situation. A lot of times the Three of Swords relates to words exchange. So maybe words exchange is what's causing a lot of pain and sorrow. But with this new moon in Taurus, you're releasing that energy. Where you are now, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. You're flourishing, and I've said this. I really think Sagittarius are winning right now. Nine of Pentacles is about financial independence, growth, and abundance, especially on an independent level. This doesn't mean that you're a business owner. You could still be flourishing independently and have a 9 to 5, but this is where you are right now. Really, really allowing this new moon in Taurus to like make you feel abundant, period. What is emerging within you? We've got the Justice card reversed. Now, the Justice card is representative of Libra energy. So this could be Libra energy here. This is also karmic energy, what's right and wrong, what's balanced and fair, right? Justice. When this energy is reversed, sometimes it can be a message that you're being too critical of yourself. Sometimes this can be a message, a detachment from a Libra, perhaps, in your life, if a Libra is important. I also see this, like when I looked at this Sagittarius, I saw this as like you laying down the law, like you kind of putting up some boundaries with some people. I feel like you're not wanting to let people get over on you anymore. And like things that you used to let slide or slip through the cracks, now you're like, no, you're gonna have to pay for that. You know? You're really kind of like not letting people get over on you anymore, or just letting things slide past you, or just like turning a blind eye to things. It feels like you're setting more firm boundaries in your life in some way. That's how it feels to me. This could point towards a legal issue. Let's just see what comes out. Clarify what is emerging within Sagittarius. I'm getting that taste of chai again. I don't know why that's been happening. Second time that's happened while I'm recording this reading. I'm just getting a taste of chai in my mouth. What is emerging within Sagittarius? Please clarify. We have the Lovers. So maybe something to do with a partnership. This could be a separation. I don't want to claim that, but I don't know what you're going through. This could be a finalization of a divorce, only because the Justice card represents kind of like legal things, a finalization of a separation, of a business partnership in some way. The Lovers does represent contracts, and look, false person, back of the deck energy here. Feels like you're separating yourself from someone or something, some entity or group of people or a person that you no longer align with. That's what I'm seeing here. What do you wish to grow? Four of Pentacles reversed. The Four of Pentacles is about conserving your energy, withholding, kind of like taking a step back and just kind of saving what you have. Sometimes you can be clinging, and that's not always the best energy, so you want to be mindful. You're teetering that line between saving and clutching. Now, when this energy is reversed, Sagittarius, it feels like you want to be less materialistic. You want to get out of this kind of like clutched energy, right? Where you're always kind of like barely making it, is what I feel like. You want to grow your finances. And I say that because it's right next to how can I bring my goals and intentions to fruition, which is the Five of Pentacles for you. Now, this is an interesting card because the Five of Pentacles is what happens after the Four of Pentacles. You see, she's clutching. She's already afraid of what she might lose if she goes shopping to the mall, right? But in the next scene, Four of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, she has nothing. She's broke. She's down and busted, right? Now, what's interesting, because she clutched too hard. Now, what's interesting, the Five of Pentacles is like, you can see there's a light on, but and the key, there's also a key there, but she's not aware because she won't lift her head up. So when I see how can you bring your goals and intentions to fruition, you need to become aware of the resources that you still have remaining, whether that be people, tools, circumstances, whatever, I don't know, but you're not looking at all of the possible keys that are available to you to improve your resources or your finances or your energy. What additional resources are available to you as you manifest your goals? Knight of Pentacles. Immediately, Sagittarius, I think there's an earth sign that you're not utilizing. Okay. Knight of Pentacles is earth sign energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. It's also about discipline, hard work, and dedication. He's also not rushing. He's the slowest moving of the knights. When this is reversed, it can represent lackadaisical energy. You're focused on one thing, like very single-minded. But I actually think this is a person. I think there's a person that you're not utilizing to your advantage. I don't know if this is a financial advisor. I don't know if this is, like I said, an earth sign in your life. But I feel like there's somebody who has capacity, space, and time to assist you, but you're not taking advantage of their help. Maybe out of pride, I don't know. Maybe out of fear of judgment, I don't know. But I think you can utilize them. Okay, let's look in your oracle message. You've got the heart chakra, focus and empowered here. And I think that makes sense, especially with you releasing Three of Swords here. The trigger statement to release, I don't want to be here. Let that go. True statement to embrace, I am exactly where I need to be. You are ready to allow the energy from the divine and Mother Earth to fuel you as you fulfill your potential here. I'll read it again. You are ready to allow the energy from the divine and Mother Earth to fuel you as you fulfill your potential here. Feel free to take a moment and just see what in that message is resonating for you or sticking out. And again, the true statement to embrace, I'm exactly where I need to be, okay? Exactly where you need to be, Sagittarius. At least in this moment in time and in this cycle, okay? I hope this resonated with you. Go ahead and smash that like button if this connected. I appreciate you being here. Definitely give this video a thumbs up or subscribe if you're not already. Turn on the bell notifications for me so you know when I drop new content. And consider becoming a member so you have access to my monthly forecast. Thanks so much for being here, Sagittarius. I'll see you on the next one. Hello, Capricorn. All right, let's get into your reading. What have you released? Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This could also be somebody very, I wanted to say rambunctious, very fiery, very spirited, very ambitious. This doesn't have to be a fire sign, but it could be. Now, this could be someone you know in your life. Maybe you're no longer connected to them, or maybe you want some space from them. But this could also be, maybe this is energy you've released out in the world. Maybe you've released this energy of being very fiery and ambitious yourself, ready to pursue perhaps a project or get something done with a passion. Where you are now, we have the Queen of Pentacles here. Queen of Pentacles is Earth sign energy. I just want to adjust. There we go. I think I was a little tilted. Earth sign energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo here, which is very, very beautiful energy for you to be in with a new moon in Taurus. This is an energy and an element that you like to be in, okay? And with this energy here, you're feeling like you're taking care of your home, you're taking care of your work life if you do work. This is very nurturing energy. This is very peaceful energy, knowing that this is like working mom. Queen of Pentacles is a working mom, okay? You know, she really is able to cover all bases and still have time for herself. So I feel like you're really pleasant. Yeah, sure. Full stop, pleasant. But also content is really what I wanted to say with life right now. The Queen of Pentacles also is somebody who is financially abundant. So maybe you're feeling secure right now financially. Maybe you just came into some money or a bonus or whatever. What is emerging within you? We've got the Nine of Pentacles reverse. Is that focused here? I don't know. Is that focused, y'all? Can't tell. I'm hoping. I don't think that's focused. Anyway, the Nine of Pentacles is abundance, luxury, and independence. But when it's reversed, it is lack of self-worth sometimes. It doesn't definitely mean that. It just can mean that. But when it's reversed, it could also represent maybe you're overworking, right? Maybe you're not able to enjoy the fruits of your labor with this Nine of Pentacles. Maybe you're working aggressively, right? But I think it's self-worth. I think it's self-worth. This could be overworking, whichever resonates mostly for you, but it's usually one or the other. Either overworking and not able to enjoy the fruits of your labor, like, yeah, you have security, but you're not able to enjoy your lifestyle. Or like I said, maybe you're starting to feel some self-doubt, some lack of self-worth that you need to work on. What do you wish to grow? We have the Seven of Pentacles here, which is about patience. I don't think this is focusing, so I'm going to leave it here. Seven of Pentacles is about patience, taking your time, growing your investments. So I feel that this is you, Capricorn, wanting to kind of take your time with growing your wealth or growing a project. This doesn't always have to be like investments or money. This could be something that you're investing time and energy in that you want to see grow. Okay? I think you're ready to take or invest the time it takes. So for me, coming soon here, I'm praying that I stay dedicated and that I'm going to have to grow discipline in a new way. But I am excited to kind of be consistent with posting more content for YouTube. But I know I am manifesting that I grow rapidly, but I know that it can be a long game, right? And so I think that's for you right now too. Whatever it is you're doing, you would hope maybe it takes off, but you know, and you're ready for the long game that it could require. How can you bring your goals and intentions to fruition? We've got the Nine of Pentacles reverse. Again, Earth sign energy here, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. The Knight of Pentacles is dedicated, hardworking, diligent, and disciplined. When it's reversed, we're a little lackadaisical. We're a little distracted. We're focused. We're single-minded. We're focused on one thing rather than all the things, right? So you got to get organized, get disciplined with how you want to achieve your goals. A lot of Earth sign energy here. Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. So a lot of Earth energy here. What additional resources are available to you as you manifest your goals? The Two of Swords. You've got to make a decision about something. Let's see what that is, Capricorn. You're trying to go left or right, A or B, C or D, trying to decide which path is best for you. Usually when it is reversed, you need to trust your intuition. Trust your intuition, Capricorn. Let's see. I want to get a yes, no. Don't let this yes, no card mean anything to you, but let's just see the message that comes out of what falls out. I hope that makes sense. Like, don't take this, whatever falls out, don't take it as your answer. I just want to see what comes out of it. Okay, no, turning back, walk away, unreceptive to new ideas. This came out for another sign recently. Let's get another one. No, having blind spots. What you see isn't real. Okay. Take that as it resonates. However, it might resonate with you, Capricorn. And I wanted to get one more card for the Two of Swords reversed. What is available to Capricorn? So trusting your intuition, but what else? And sudden wealth. Love it. I don't think money is a problem for you right now. Or at least I hope it's not. If you're not resonating with that, then I hope that by watching this video, you're calling in and attracting abundance to you. Let's look at your oracle message. We've got cedar wood for you. Okay. This is third eye. Again, intuition. Trigger statement to release. It is too much. Let that go. True statement to embrace. I am grounded in my body. Use your empathic abilities to connect with others. Discern the information you receive and do not take on what is not your own. I am grounded in my body. Use your empathic abilities to connect with others. Discern the information you receive and do not take on what is not your own. You know, I did this last night. I was talking to my brother last night. Last night. And I was just so, he was really worked up, but I'm very empathic. And I don't usually take on other people's stuff. I usually try to advise best as I can and like leave it alone. But last night he was really worked up, and I'm sitting here like trying to figure out like how he can not be worked up. And I was like up all night, and it was really hard to kind of separate that in that moment. So I'm not usually like that, but for you, that might take practice of like discerning, okay, this isn't my problem. I can't do anything about it right now. I release it, whatever. Especially if you're having trouble sleeping. I don't see that here, but you might be. Be able to discern, okay, this isn't my problem. This isn't something I can handle or fix right now. I'm here to help, but I can't take this on, because you've got to compartmentalize, right? You've got to have some boundaries. I hope that's helpful, Capricorn. Smash that like button if you haven't already, and become a subscriber if you'd like to see more content like this. That really helps this channel grow. I appreciate you. And consider becoming a member of the channel if you'd like to have access to my monthly forecast. I love those. That's what I really pour a lot of soul and energy into. So if you're interested in receiving those, go ahead and check out the ones that are public. But generally the ones that I release for the month are for members first, and then they release to the public. So if that's interesting to you, go ahead and subscribe or become a member. But otherwise, I just appreciate your presence here, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, Aquarius. So it's a really interesting reading. Let's go ahead and jump in. So I want to clarify your first card with what you have released. We've got the World here. The World is typically major accomplishment, achievement, chapters closing, something coming full circle. So I want to understand what that is for you. This is in the energy of what have you released. So this could be having released, let's not focus on the language too much, because I kind of see this more as like, what has just occurred, right? And I think by the time we get to this new moon on Sunday, there will have some victory, something that you were really working towards that you will have achieved by this new moon. I'm recording this on April 24th, so I'm just a few days in advance of it, but you're going to likely start feeling the effects of this new moon pretty much now, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, yeah. So let's see what this is. What is this for Aquarius? What is the moon? What is the world for Aquarius, please? What is the major accomplishment that they will have released? Aquarius. Wealthy man. Okay. Maybe this is a new status of wealth you will have achieved. Maybe this is this is a house. We have house. Something in connection to your living arrangement, your home, or a building. What is the major accomplishment? Coffin. We have the death card here. Something has come to an end. Maybe your living arrangement with a male Aquarius. I started to say that maybe someone you know has passed away, because if you look at this card, you kind of see like her spirit is elevating. But I think that might only resonate with a small select few of you. Let's get one more. What major accomplishment has Aquarius achieved by this new moon? I got two. And then if I don't feel clarity, we're going to move on to tarot. Privileged lady and distant horizons. Okay. So maybe an opportunity far away. Or let me be more specific. Privileged lady, whenever this card shows up to me, it represents somebody who's comfortable. It feels very Nine of Pentacles to me, or Queen of Pentacles. And then the distant horizon card, I see that as maybe business dealing overseas or internationally, but I also see it as like something you do online, because distant horizons connect you to multiple people from around the world, especially with the world card. So it's still... What is this for Aquarius? Queen of Pentacles. There's something that you achieved on a career and financial success level, okay? There's something you've achieved on a financial level by the time you see this, Aquarius. And if you haven't yet, then I give it a couple days after the new moon. I'm praying that you do achieve some sort of abundance or success. Give it to like 27, 28, 29, 30. Give it to the end of the month. All right. Where are you now? Seven of Wands reversed. Now, the Seven of Wands reversed is interesting. It typically represents boundaries, maintaining control, and keeping people, things away from you, or proving yourself, right? It comes after the Six of Wands, which you've just achieved success, and now you have to prove to other people that you deserve to stay and keep your position and hold your position, right? So with the Seven of Wands reversed, where you are now, there may be a trying situation that now you're struggling to keep all together. You may be doubling down on something. Sometimes the Seven of Wands is like you kind of, there's a paragraph in here that I really like. It's about you kind of realizing, nah, I'm going to stick to my guns. And I kind of feel like that's the vibe here with you. Maybe you think others are criticizing you. External pressures weighing you down. That's why I'm saying something. It's like hard for you to maintain control. But I think there's another message here. Trying to avoid conflict. You may have tried everything and given it your best shot, but now you see it's not worth the struggle. Even though you might not have made any progress yet, it's time to let this one go and move on. That doesn't feel like the message to me. Okay, look. The Seven of Wands reverse serves as a reminder that you will not always win everyone over. There will still be challenges in opposition to your point of view, and you cannot keep everyone happy all the time. Thus, it is time to draw your line in the sand and say, this is who I am, and this is what I need right now. There cannot be any compromise or negotiation at this stage. Hold your ground with determination and courage. I kind of feel like that's the message. Just intuitively I think that's the message. Oh, okay, let's look at this. I got this deck from, I'm spending a lot of time with you, Aquarius. Okay, I got this deck from an event that I did. There's like so much more tea on this event, but it's kind of like an oracle deck. Is it a good oracle deck? No, but I was like, maybe I'll find a way to incorporate this. So clarify where Aquarius is right now, please, with this oracle deck. I just happened to glance at it while I was putting that book back. Clarify the Seven of Wands for Aquarius. Okay. The brand is Majuri. Okay, the treasure within. Ooh, period. Okay, look. Now remember, this is where you are now. Okay. Your true value lies within. Trust your worth. Okay. All right. What is emerging within you? We've got the Five of Cups. This is sadness, loss, grief. Okay. There's something. Why? Maybe depression. I rebuke this as an Aquarius rising, but okay. Official person. I don't know. I don't know. What are we talking about here? Chariot. Somebody's moving on from you. Moving on. And I feel like somebody's leaving you. Or you're leaving someone behind. That feels like the message here. And that's making you sad. What do you wish to grow? We have got Ace of Pentacles reversed. So maybe there's a project that you started or want to start that you are ready to get off the ground. When it's reversed, Ace of Pentacles sometimes represents missed opportunity. But in this reading, I think this is maybe either an idea or a project that you haven't started yet. So that is what is resonating to me. There's a new idea, something that maybe a money-making idea that you want to present and put out in the world or get working on even privately. How can you bring your goals and intentions to fruition? King of Swords here. Use your mind, use your wisdom, use your insight, use your clarity. This isn't the time to be overly emotional. This is just time to be smart and do what's logical to reach your goals. What additional resources are available to you as you manifest your goals? Oh, also, before I move on, the King of Swords also is air sign energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. So there may be a fellow air sign that can assist you to achieve your goals. The Tower reversed. What additional resources are available to you as you manifest your goals? The Tower reverse can represent personal transformation and big shifts. This would be like maybe a change in your belief system, maybe a change in personal values. The Tower can also represent disaster avoided. So maybe there's something in your life where especially with the world here that like could have been a big problem, but you've kind of evaded. What additional resources are available to you as you manifest your goals? What are you saying, Spirit? I think it's personal transformation. You're about to go through a personal transformation, Aquarius. With this chapter that's now closed, it's a little this world moment that you've achieved. Okay, now there's change because now the energy is shifted. You've achieved a milestone. Now the energy is shifting, and that change is uncomfortable. So I think that's what this new moon in Taurus is. That's how it's affecting you. So just prepare yourself for that. We do have sacral chakra. This actually jumped out while I was shuffling because I've been picking a card for all the other signs, but this one jumped out. So sacral chakra here for you, which is your second chakra point. We've got juniper berry and protection. So trigger statement to release. My mind does not rest. Let that go. If that's something that you've been thinking about. I know for me, again, Aquarius rising, my mind, but that's just all the time. That's just literally me all the time. Let that go. Embrace, I listen to my higher self. So you're really going to be wanting to focus in on your intuition this month, or this new moon, excuse me. Look at each story that repeats itself in your mind as a stranger would. Ask yourself, is this true? This also, remember I was talking about briefly, like maybe you're worried about if people are overly critical about you. Maybe that's happening right now. Maybe you've got a lot of, maybe you're really doubting, do I deserve to be here? Who am I to be doing all this? Maybe that's starting to eat away at you, okay, this new moon, and you can't let any of that take root. You just can't. You have to believe in yourself. You really have to. You really do. I don't know why Spirit's telling me to mention this. If you are, I just saw recently that TikTok is like, they've got some creator, they have a creator program, and I think you can submit an application. So I created a new TikTok account. If you're interested, follow it. It's Lightworker Whit Lifestyle. I'm interested in growing, I don't want to say a lifestyle brand, but that's what I wanted to say. Okay, sure. I'm interested in creating lifestyle content. I really kind of want to be seen as and brand myself as a lifestyle tarot reader. I think that's very niche, and I don't think that's really something that I don't think we've seen that yet. I think we've seen a shit ton of tarot readers. I don't think we've really seen what it looks like to be a mystic professional lifestyle and what that lifestyle looks like. So I'm really interested in like sharing that and then also sharing my journey. But anyway, so on the TikTok page, I'm seeing now ads like, hey, apply to this program. And it connects you, I guess, with other creators who give advice on how to grow your TikTok, which is really interesting because it shows me that TikTok is not going anywhere. And TikTok intends to really help creators figure out how to monetize themselves and really create wealth and income for themselves as a content creator for people who might not have the tools. So I was just feeling called to share that with you. If you didn't know that, or if you're trying to get yourself off the ground in some way, maybe look into that application program and see what I think I read that there's like, if you're accepted, you have to commit to like webinars or something like that. I don't really think that's something I need. Could it be helpful? Sure, but gratefully, prayerfully, I've already grown one TikTok account. So I think I pretty much understand what works and what doesn't. That's always going to change, of course. That's just social media. But I think I know enough to let that spot go to somebody else. But maybe that's you. Maybe you need it. Okay. I hope this was helpful for you, Aquarius. If it did, smash that like button and make sure you're subscribed. And so turn on the bell notification so that you are alerted when I create more content like this. And if you're interested, go ahead and become a member so you can get access to my monthly horoscopes. That is what I pour a lot of my time and energy into, so that you can plan ahead and project your month. I love doing those. I've been doing those for years now. So if you're interested, link is in the description. Otherwise, thank you for being here. I love you. I'll see you on the next video, Aquarius. Hey, Pisces, come on and join into the chat, because this new moon may not feel great. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And if you need to take the time to like cry in this moment to just release whatever pressures you're currently feeling, do that. This is our sacred time together. Do that. Now, what have you released? We've got the sun reversed. This is interesting. The sun is about clarity, joy, happiness, fulfillment, warmth, right? Vitality. It also relates to the solar plexus. And traditionally, there's a baby on the original tarot card. So some people associate the sun with children. So maybe you have released your child in some way if you have children. Excuse me. But with this energy being reversed for you, Pisces, I see this as like, there's a possibility that this can represent you releasing what has not made you happy. There's also a message here of like, some people say that the sun is not really ever negative, even in its reverse position. Maybe this is releasing lack of clarity if there was confusion around a situation. I'm speculating. Let's just clarify. What are we talking about? What is Pisces release? Message here. Some sort of communication. Maybe you have some clarity around a situation that you didn't before. Queen of Swords. This can relate to an air sign, perhaps Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I feel like there's some communication or a situation regarding a woman perhaps that you didn't have clarity with, but now you do. Now you got the clarity. Maybe y'all had words, y'all had a conversation. Now you kind of know what the deal is. Unfortunately, now where you are, now you don't know how to move forward. And maybe these situations are related, maybe they're not. But the Chariot is about forward momentum, willpower, and determination. I often refer to it as the Google Maps card. You're on track to know where you want to go. Now, when it's reversed, it also represents the sign of Cancer. When it's reversed, it's a yellow light. You don't know where you're going. You're not moving forward. You feel stuck. I really think there's an energy of you feeling stuck, Pisces. And what is emerging within you? We have the Five of Pentacles. So on top of that, you're also feeling extreme financial pressures and strain. Now, maybe you're well off. Maybe you're comfortable. The Five of Pentacles could also relate to you feeling abandoned, to you feeling isolated, like nobody cares about you. You may be feeling that way right now, Pisces. And what you wish to grow, we have the Justice. The Justice card does represent the sign of Libra, in case a Libra is important in your life. It's also about balance, fairness, justice, karmic energy, karmic cycles. The Wheel of Fortune is more karmic cycles, but like, you know, getting what you deserve kind of thing. There's something, I feel like you want to restore balance to your life. I feel like you really want to restore balance to your life in some way. I feel like you might also be wanting to clear up a legal issue. there's peace. You want to have, you're looking for peace right now. You don't think you have any peace right now. How you can bring your goals and intentions to fruition, we have the 9 of Wands, which is about perseverance. The only way out is through, Pisces. The only way out is through. All her little sticks done burnt down. She got one left. And ironically, in this deck, I have actually burned a hole through this. Which side is it on? If you can kind of see it, I kind of burnt a hole. I kind of fell in a candle at an event one day. And anyway. But she's still standing. She's still here. I still use it. You're going to have to just persevere because you've made it this far. You've gone through this much. There's just no turning back now. You just have to just push on, press on. What additional resources are available to you as you manifest your goals? We have the Knight of Pentacles. This could be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, but this is also about discipline and hard work. You've got to just grind it out. You've got to be consistent. Maybe this is, and you got to be patient with yourself as well. I think you just need consistency. I don't know if this is in your routine, consistency in your job, or just kind of consistency towards reaching your goals or your discipline. I feel like you just need to lock in. And I think I said this to you. If you follow me on TikTok, I said to you, Pisces, lock in, tap in, tap in. Okay. Let's get one more card for the Knight of Pentacles. What additional resources are available to Pisces? Unexpected income. We receive that. We receive that for you because I really think you need it, Pisces. So keep working. I just heard, for my Christian spiritualist here, faith without works is dead. So what I mean by that, if you're not unfamiliar with that term, you got to do something. You got to do something. You cannot, especially if you are in a place of financial need, Pisces, you cannot sit around in your bedroom expecting money to fall through the wall. You cannot meditate your way into abundance. I'm sorry. You can't do that. You can't, I'm just trying to stay aligned to the energy of money, and I just imagine money swirling around me. While all of that is good, faith without works is dead. You've got to do something. And my point is, like, when you're able to invite your body in the process and do some sort of activity as well, so you can move the energy in your body. You ever seen water that's sit still, like that's been sitting for a while? Like think of a pond and how it just accumulates a lot of dust and gross and grime and what. That might be your body if you've just been stagnant for a while. You got to move the energy, filter it through, let your lymph nodes work, get a dry brush going on, like release the toxins in your body, okay? So number one, shift your energy in your mind. And two, I don't care if you work at CVS. I don't care if you work at CVS. Stop calling out because you need a mental health day. I mean, do what you need to do. I don't know the state of your mental health, but like stop justifying your call outs with, I just need a day. Be consistent. And I'm saying this to like a specific type of person who like is so frustrated with their life. Well, I just can't. I hate working that job and I just don't even want to be there. I'm just going to take a sick day because I can't even. Like, no, Pisces, be consistent, show up, because if you don't show up for yourself, fuck the job. Show up for yourself for integrity because you committed to this job. Either you're going to stay on the job or you're going to quit. But it's not really as much about showing up for the job as it is about making sure that you prove to yourself that you are open to receiving wealth. And you don't know who you could meet at CVS. You don't know who you could run into that just says, I just want to bless you and whatever. You never know how spirit is trying to connect you. You could be at CVS and get to talking with somebody who's looking for a virtual assistant and you happen to have that experience and boom, you can quit CVS. You never know. You might be on your way to work and you meet somebody at the gas pump, and get to talking with them and y'all have a business idea. You never know. You might be on your way to work at the gas pump and find a wad of cash. But if you're at home, say, I just need to call out, I can't, I need to, you're cutting yourself off to all the possibilities in which spirit is trying to get you what you want. Now, again, like I said, take a mental health day if you need it to do what you need to do, but don't, don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on yourself is what I need to say. Okay, Pisces, I hope that's resonating with you. Go ahead and smash that like button. I really hate saying that, but apparently that's the phrase that we need to say for YouTube. Smash that like button. If this is resonating with you, I appreciate you being here. And if you would like more content like this, please consider subscribing to the channel and turn on the bell notification so you know when I post more content like this. And if you would like, consider becoming a member of the channel where you'll have access to my monthly forecast. That's where I dedicate the most time and energy and where I give the most in-depth information. So definitely check out some of my past forecasts before you commit. But it's cheaper than a latte, so it's really not going to break the bank. But either way, Pisces, I appreciate your energy here. I love you so much. I hope you have a great new moon. You're going to get through this, okay? I believe in you.